Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, we're going to make something for the upcoming holidays. And this is my vegan version of sweet potato pie. Okay, we're going to use a little vanilla extract, nutmeg, cinnamon. We've got dates, banana, the purple yams, and then the sweet potatoes, combination of the two. We've got some vegan butter, lime juice. I prefer lemon, but I got lime juice. And we got soy milk, but I prefer coconut milk. But you can use either one. And we're going to just go ahead and get right into this recipe. Those of you who are newcomers, go ahead and push that red subscribe button and join the family. And thanks for returning subscribers also. And let's get to it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wash these potatoes. If you have a one of those vegetable washers, you can use them. Not, if you got a nice brush there, go ahead and clean those off real good. We're just going to clean these off real good. And we're going to bake these. Okay, I had some spots on a couple of them I didn't like, so I just cut them off. You can cut them off before you bake them. We're going to bake these, and we're going to bake these until they caramelize, okay? So they'll be extra soft, okay? We've put these in a glass dish to bake. The best thing you can do to cause the potatoes to cook a little bit faster is you can take like a sharp knife or something, and you can put some slits in the potatoes just to ensure that they cook a little faster. I don't know where my other knife is, so we're just going to use this one. Just put a couple of, be careful now, because a couple of slits in the thickest parts. And go ahead and bake these. As we know, sweet potatoes are pretty hard, so if you can't, it'll be okay. But we're putting this in the oven, and we're going to bake these, like I said, at least about 400. And we're going to just keep checking on them until we see them caramelize on the bottom, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put those in, and we'll be back when those are direct. While we wait, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the main ingredients. We've got 4 sweet potatoes. You're going to use a 1/3 cup of the milk, whichever milk you choose to use. We're going to use a cup of dates. Now, these dates can be soaked in the refrigerator in water for an hour or so to make them a little bit more gooey, but you don't necessarily have to. Okay, we're using 1 banana. This is going to replace our eggs. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons of vegan butter, any kind of your choice. We're using 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. We've got ground cinnamon, and we want a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon as well as nutmeg. Now, you're going to need to taste it because I'm not sure. I don't use exact measurements, so I'm telling you roughly what I think. So you're going to have to taste it to know. And everything in it, there's nothing in it that's necessarily raw, so it won't hurt you to taste it. We're also going to use a tablespoon of lime juice. I prefer lemon, but today I got lime, so that's what I'm going to use. So you can go ahead and know what the recipe is for it. I'm trying to do better about letting you know the measurements because I'm just used to cooking by flavor. So start learning how to taste it and knowing what you need extra or what you don't need. So we're still waiting on those sweet potatoes to bake, and we'll be back to start mixing this up. I believe these sweet potatoes are going to be done now. Oh, that heat is intense. As you can see down in there, some of them have caramelized. We're going to let those cool down a little bit before we add those to the next mixture to put together our pie. Okay, while we're waiting on those sweet potatoes, we're going to make a homemade crust. I thought I had some pre-made crust, but I don't. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 cups of oats. You're going to use 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, ground flaxseed. You're going to take 2.5 cups of pecans, and you're going to use at least 16 dates. Make sure you take the pits out. As long as you take the pits out, you can take the nuts and things and mix them up in a regular blender or a bullet. And then afterwards, you're going to mix in your oats. You're going to get a consistency of about like this. Remember, we're trying a new recipe for a natural crust since we don't have any pre-made ones. And we're just going to take this pie pan, put some oil in it, and start spreading it around. Make sure that pie pan you're going to use is dry, and you're going to put a little bit of oil in it. Okay. And just swirl that around. That oil in that pan. Seeming like it might not be too dry. And then we're going to take our mixture and we're just going to press it into the thing. We're going to press it into it to make our pie crust, okay? And we've already tasted the mixture and it's really good. It's almost like the mixture I use in making my granola. So it's very similar. So it makes a wonderful pie crust. Just like I said before, make sure you're pitting those dates so you don't have any of the pits in your crust. And you're just going to push this up on the sides. Push it down. Push it up on the sides. Make that crust go all the way around. And as you're pushing, you will make sure you don't have any hard pieces or anything, because that wouldn't be pleasurable to eat, okay? So we're just pushing this all the way around. Yeah, let's get it pushed real nice. And we'll make that nice and neat all the way around. Because presentation is a part of it too. You want it to look as good as it tastes. Okay, so after you feel like that's even all the way around, then this will be pretty much done, and you can pop that in the freezer for about 30 minutes. And we'll go ahead and make up our pie filling, okay? So that looks good. We've got our sweet potatoes, and they've cooled down a little bit. So we're going to try to peel this back. Yeah. And we've got our bowl. We're going to put our next bit of ingredients in. Just peel that skin back so we can get all the sweet potato out of there. So we baked it nice. Okay, and just get that skin off of it. But that way you get all of the sweet potato. You're not wasting any of it, okay? Put that in there. See that caramelized? That's what we want. That's gonna make that sweet potato really taste good, okay? It's hot, still pretty hot. Let it cool down, but still there's some heat to it, so be careful. Okay, what's that? And that's the regular sweet potato. Get another one, I'm gonna peel that off. Take that skin off. Let's take the skin off of it. It's okay. Whatever browns a little too much, just push that right on off with your fingers. Okay. Try to get as much of that potato that we can. Okay. Okay. Pull that off of there. Okay. And these are the purple yams. I'm going to open these up. These don't have that pretty orange color, but that's okay. They've got that flavor that we want, so we're going to concentrate on the flavor, and the color is secondary. Okay. Peel that off of there. You can. I'm seeing some of these are not so great, so if you see some spots that are not so great, omit those. Just don't use it. Use the part that you know is good. That looks really good. The other part's not looking too great, so we're going to leave that. Yeah, if it doesn't look real great, don't use it. You can always bake another sweet potato. Sometimes you don't know by the outside if they're going to be good or not. So we just opt to bake another one. And I believe I have some for backup that I've already previously baked. And I'm going to use those to make sure we have enough for our pie filling, okay? Let's take the rest of that skin off of there. And we're going to use the part that's good, okay? I think I have one from the refrigerator that I might be able to get and add to that so that we have enough for the pie filling. All right, this is going to be enough. We're going to go ahead and as an egg replacement, we're using a real ripened banana as our, instead of an egg. Use a whole ripened banana. We're going to use, let's see, going to use 1/3 of a cup of coconut milk. So this is about 1/3 of a cup. I told you I'm not used to really measuring, so I'm trying to make sure I keep up on the measurements for you guys. Okay, 1/3 of a cup of that milk. We're gonna get, I say about 15 dates. Remember, we are taking the pits out of these dates when we're putting those. The dates is replacing the sugar, okay? So make sure you know that the dates are replacing the sugar. And any hard pieces in your dates, you want to make sure you remove them because you don't want that to be a part of your pie. It'll make it not smooth. You want your pie to be as smooth as you can. So make sure you get the pits and any hard pieces in your dates, like at the top or the bottom, those little hard pieces, take those out. Okay. Then once you've added your pitted dates, we're going to get a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, and let's see, what other spice do we need? Yeah, a teaspoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of nutmeg, and then we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of allspice to give it a little kick to it. Okay. Let's get our teaspoon so we can measure out that. Get that in the mix. Sometimes I do my wet ingredients together, dry ingredients together, and sometimes I just put them all in there. You know, I always say if it's in there, it's in there. Okay, allspice we're only going to do 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. With the nutmeg and the cinnamon, we want a full teaspoon. Or that looks about right to me. Okay. And then let me get some cinnamon out of here. Now, remember, when you're making something, you want to be tasting it because you don't want it to go outside of what you like. And I am so used to mixing, tasting, that sometimes, like I told you before, it's difficult for me to really let you know what measurements. Okay, and this vanilla extract, I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon. Okay, that's your 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. See, have we forgotten anything? And we're going to need 2 tablespoons of the vegan butter. And like I told you, use any vegan butter you want to use. And 2 tablespoons. That's about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then I think that's about all we're gonna need, and it's gonna be time to mix this up. Okay, so we're gonna come over here, this up. Okay, it's getting dark, so we're in trouble with our, and we're just gonna put all of our ingredients in there. And we almost forgot, we want a tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons of the lime juice, but I prefer lemon juice, okay? But I'm going to use what I got. So we're going to put this top on here, and we're going to see if we can, see where's the plug to this. Okay, let's get this plugged up. We'll be ready. Okay. Okay, let's mix this around. All right, I think that's gonna be good. Yep, looks like that's gonna be good. We're gonna see if that pie crust is done, and we'll put, okay, let's get this out of here. Okay, and we're gonna get ready to put our mixture inside of there.
What?
All right, we're gonna pour this into our pie crust. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna put that back into the oven and see what we get. Okay, and this is done. Ooh. Oh, there we go. It's just beautiful. We'll just let that cool off and get a piece of that. All right, our pie has cooled down. We're gonna go ahead and cut us a piece of this. Oh, that's just beautiful. We're going to get us a fork so we can taste this. Let's see. Oh my. Oh yeah. That's going to be really good right there. Try this out. Be sure to let me know how you like it. That's really good. Well, thanks so much for watching. Have a great night. Bye-bye.